So for many of us, we kind of live by that rule that we should go out and buy a house, pay down that mortgage over a 25 to maybe 30-year term, and then live happily ever after. But for other people, like myself, that sounds crazy. And today I'm going to explain the following. Firstly, why I believe that's crazy. And secondly, how you can use equity to buy more properties. Aaron, roll that intro, please. Okay, so firstly, why is this idea such a crazy idea? Well, now I'm about to explain. So let's just take the average house price across the UK, which according to Statista is £230,000, and the average mortgage across the UK is around £130,000. Now if we just ignore fees ever so slightly and we stick with the most recent 1.13% interest rate, the average mortgage cost is going to be around £498. Now simply paying this debt down over an agreed time, absolutely, you will start to save yourself £498 a month and be mortgage free. However, if we just assume that this house price is going to be £230,000 at the end of its term, although we know likely it's going to be a lot more due to capital growth, and you've paid that mortgage off, you would therefore have £230,000 of equity in your home, i.e. no mortgage, fully unencumbered. Now that's almost £250,000, and like I just said a few moments ago, in 25 years time or 30 years time, I bet everything I have in my back pocket right now, it's going to be a lot more. Now for that much equity, you're effectively saving yourself £498, but you aren't bringing in any cash flow. And more importantly than that, you aren't utilizing your equity to allow you to bring in cash flow, which actually brings me nicely over to my next point. How to use equity in your home to buy more properties. Now this is a common question that I get asked. So there's two things that we can actually do with equity at this point. We can either continue to save that £498 and maybe put that away, but I'm sure many of you want that feeling of saving £498. And also many people, I know this, want to have that conversation piece with their friends and family to tell them that, hey, I no longer have a mortgage. And I accept that will raise a few eyebrows and get you a few cheers, but it will soon be forgotten. Or the more sensible idea, or at least in my eyes, is you can release equity from your asset to buy more properties. Now this will of course mean the following. You will, one, yes, have a mortgage again, and two, you will have more debt. Although this, in my eyes, is good debt. I'm going to explain that in a few moments. But it will more importantly free you to purchase more assets, which if done correctly can actually bring in more money to make the whole notion of saving £498 seem absolutely crazy. Because let's just take £100,000 out and let's play around with that for a moment. Now just in case you're wondering where that's come from, well, £230,000, i.e. of equity minus the average mortgage, if you was to take another mortgage out, would leave you with £100,000. And with that £100,000, especially where I live, you can purchase 4 houses for under £100,000 on a buy-to-let mortgage. And if done correctly, this can actually bring in a minimum of £250. And of course, remember that is net as well. So that would include management fees and also maintenance too and voids, which you should always account for. And if done via an interest-only mortgage, you may even get a little bit more. Now I am doing a video on interest only versus capital repayments as well, so please do stay tuned for that. Maybe consider subscribing so you get notified for when that video drops. Now anyway, we have 4 of these buy-to-lets now that you've gone out and purchased with, let's say, mortgages of £75,000 each, which would then give you a net profit of £1,000 per calendar month once you get the rental income coming in. Now yes, you still have a home mortgage of £498, but more importantly, you also have income now coming in, which dwarfs that amount. So effectively, you're profiting £502, i.e. if we subtract your mortgage total from the net cash flow that you receive. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, that sounds okay, but what about the debt? I just don't want more debt. That was the whole purpose of paying down my mortgage. Well, the reason I call it good debt is because the interest rates are so low that you can actually leverage it. For example, you'll take a loan out and you'll pay that loan back, i.e. the mortgage, every month, but you know you're making more money from your rental income. And you're netting that profit as well to give you a surplus of £502. Now anyway, myself personally, I would definitely rather have a surplus of £502 for buy-to-lets and 1 residential home. rather than simply having no extra cash coming in and saving myself £498. Now these buy-to-lets, remember, at least in my eyes, could always be passed down to future generations to give them an income producing property, leaving a real legacy. Now I am also recording a video on why I actually chose to rent last year and gave up my brand new 4-bedroom house to steamroll my property journey forward. So if that's of any interest, please do make sure you subscribe, because that's coming out very, very soon. And also, if you found this video useful, maybe consider hitting the thumbs up, or if there's something that you disagree with or something that you feel I may have missed, then please do let me know in the comments below, because I'm always keen to try and give the audience the best possible knowledge and value. So with that, I just want to thank you for sticking around and spending a few moments with me today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.